We're at the halfway point of Food Network Challenge Thanksgiving Family Feast. Now, every Thanksgiving is an opportunity to show off the culinary tradition and heritage of your family. And that's exactly what we've asked our 4 teams of families to do today. Make a Thanksgiving dinner that reflects what they do each and every year. Now, the team that best brings to life their own family traditions, that's the team that will take home $10,000. So at the halfway point in Kitchen 1, here's how I see things. It's a kitchen that is the most different from all the rest. Decidedly Mediterranean and North African cuisine elements in there. To be so true to their traditions when preparing food in a Thanksgiving competition in America, super risky.
I think they need to cook more. They're crunchy.
But you think they'll be okay? Taste it? Okay.
In Kitchen 2, you've got a situation where Marge the mom is clearly in charge. You have a new daughter-in-law.
Folding in the bread cubes for the pumpkin bourbon bread pudding.
It might end up good food, but I don't think they've impressed the judges so far. Kitchen 3, on the surface, it's the most traditional, maybe Thanksgiving menu we have in front of us. Ginny and Shelley, there's some friction there.
Whipped cream is okay in the piping.
It is?
Yes.
All right.
I think it brings the kitchen down. I think it brings the enthusiasm and the passion down, and I think that's one of the elements that the judges are really enjoying in the other kitchens. In Kitchen 4, you have a fantastic family dynamic going on. They have made some unusual choices. Sarah's a vegetarian, and she's doing her second protein with tofu. All of their food, vegetarian or not, has to be delicious, and they have to have a beautiful presentation. If their tablescape is a beautiful presentation, that's a formula to win.
The potatoes are ready. I'm gonna take them over and mix them, start mashing them.
My sweet potato casserole was the one dish that I was really in charge of.
There seems to be a little bit of water in this from the potatoes.
Oh my goodness, this is going to be a disaster. I was really concerned because this is riding on my shoulders for this to be really good.
I think one mistake is that, you know, they peel the potatoes, chop them, and cook them like that, when cooking them in their jackets is such a smarter way to make sure that you maintain all the starch on the inside.
I started adding more butter and more cream. There was a lot of butter in that dish, and so it was pretty funny actually that we have this reasonably healthy meal, but mine turned out to have too much butter in it, but it tasted good.
I'm in charge of the tabbouleh, and I get to it.
Mom, you wanna look at this?
Yes, fine.
Cool. Well,
The tabbouleh is really simple. It's cracked wheat, parsley, scallion, tomato, lemon, olive oil, and salt. So until the salt goes in, it's just like eating mouthfuls of parsley.
I noticed that they put parsley stems in their tabbouleh.
I think that it gives it even more of the parsley flavor. So I think he wants that all-around parsley in your mouth kind of attack.
As I'm putting salt in, it just isn't popping. It's not hitting that right note that it's supposed to do. Give it to my mom to taste it. She's like, oh, it's really salty, so we're second guessing the tabbouleh, and it gets a little bit crazy.
We're gonna make Cornish game hens. We have basil, thyme, salt, pepper, orange juice. They're put in the oven, 350 for 30 minutes. Turn them over. We're gonna baste the game hens again with orange juice.
They have 2 birds with citruses. They have a turkey with citrus marinade. They have a Cornish hen with citrus sauce. They have an orange burst of cranberry sauce. What do you guys think about that?
It's very redundant, especially when one's used on a bird and then on another bird. I think that nothing excites me.
There are so many flavors that go well with those mild birds, turkey and Cornish game hens. They really could have picked anything.
Right. This is for a 5-bean casserole. It's some baked beans, garbanzos, kidney beans, lima beans, and butter beans.
The 5-bean casserole is Sean's favorite dish, so he insisted on having it included in the Thanksgiving dinner.
Southern baked beans?
Yeah.
And so were all these pre-cooked, all the beans, or canned beans?
You're upset about the canned beans?
He is.
I don't mind canned beans.
I don't either.
And I'm sure you don't. But I just think that you're competing for the grand prize. Bring it on.
Right.
Oh, we're going to keep up with all this stuff now because now it's all going to start going in the oven. We've got corn pudding.
One of my main jobs is to make the corn pudding. It wouldn't seem like a Thanksgiving dinner without the corn pudding.
So far, I haven't seen a lot of passion going into the flavors of this supper, but you know, you really never know. I've had beautiful traditional meals that had great flavor in them. Not really sure.
Kitchens 1 and 2 are frying their turkeys. It's a risky process. In fact, we've sent them outside because there is a real danger you could start a fire.
My biggest job of the day was definitely frying the turkey. Goal number 1 is not to have a fire, and goal number 2 is to have a delicious turkey.
You know, I'm really excited to taste the fried turkeys.
Let's do it. Let's go.
There's a lot of little issues that you need to make sure are just right for fried turkey. It can be really delicious, or it can be really oily and soggy.
You sabotage this at all?
Oh, wait a minute. Over.
So we're thinking we're gonna fry this turkey at 335 degrees. I dropped the turkey in, it was a little over 350 degrees.
Well, the turkey's pretty much totally submerged, but we're getting a lot of action coming out of the cavity here.
What really put the seed of doubt in my head about whether we were doing it correctly is Kitchen 2 right next to us. They decided to cook their turkey at a much lower temperature for a longer period of time. What ended up happening was that our turkey gets really dark pretty quickly and stays pretty dark.
It could overcook.
And when you think of Thanksgiving, you think of a turkey. So I would hate for everything in the kitchen to go really well and for the turkey to arrive a dud.
Oh my God, wow, wow, wow.
Pretty dark.
Our oil is black. It is so dark. Yeah, I don't want to be walking through into the kitchens and have people telling us that we burnt our bird.
The bird looks awful.